is on adding and subtracting fractions. So I gave you this note sheet today in class. You need to fill in the blanks. First thing we're going to do is get a common denominator. We're going to list the multiples of the denominators, find the least common multiple, and then multiply our denominators and our numerators by the same factor. I'll show you these steps in motion, but get these down, pause it if you need to, and get your blanks filled in. Okay? Alright, give yourselves a teacher-student column on the other side. Okay? Right, here's our first problem. We're going to do 5/8 plus 1/8. Alright, now step number 1 says to get a common denominator. This one already has a common denominator. The bottom numbers are the same. So all I have to do is keep that denominator and then add the numerators. 5 plus 1 is 6. Alright, the last step is always to simplify. So both of these numbers are divisible by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my answer here would be 3/4. Alright, look at this one. This says 1/2 plus 3/4. Okay, now here, my bottom numbers aren't the same. Okay, step number 1 says that I have to have a common denominator. So I'm going to start listing my multiples of 2 and 4. I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to start listing my multiples. Okay, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 8, 10, okay, we can keep going if we need to. 4 times 1 is 4. Now look, I've already got a match. So that's my common denominator, 4. So that means I've got to change both of these numbers to something over 4. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to put something over 4 plus, okay, this is already a 4. So I can leave that. Alright? Now, I can't just move this 1 down here on top of the 4. Okay, I can't, can you see this? Sorry about that. I can't just move this 1 down here on top of the 4. If I change my bottom number, I have to change my top number too. So 2 times 2 is 4. So what I do to the bottom, I have to also do to the top. 1 times 2 is 2. Now that I have my common denominator, keep that, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, now this needs to be simplified because this is improper. Alright, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to come over here to the side where you can see it. This would be 5 divided by 4. Alright, 4 goes into 5 one time with 1 left over. 1 and 1/4. Let me see if y'all can see all that. Yeah. Alright, get those down on your teacher's side. I'm going to do a couple more, but I need to erase, so pause it if you need to because this is going to be erased. Okay, this one. Oops, it's number 3, sorry. 5/9 plus 5/6. Okay, first thing I got to do is get a common denominator. So I'm going to list the multiples of my 2 denominators. Alright, 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 4 is 36. Maybe that's as far as I need to go. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18. There's my least common denominator. Alright, so I've got to change both of these numbers. Okay, we'll do the 5/9. 9 times what equals 18? 9 times 2. So what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times what is 18? Well, 6 times 3 is 18. So I have to also multiply the top times 3. Okay, keep my 18 on the bottom, add the numerators, and I get this improper fraction. All right, I'm going to do the division. 25 divided by 18 goes one time, and if I subtract, I get 7 left over. 1 and 7/18. Okay? All right, let me give you some student problems to work. Okay, let's do 7/9 minus 2/9. Okay, be the same thing. Keep the 9, but this time subtract the numerators. Okay, let's do 7/8 minus 5/6. You're going to have to get a common denominator here. List the multiples of 8 and 6. Find the smallest one they have in common, and multiply both your denominator and your numerator by the same factor. Okay? Number 3. Let's do 3/8 minus 1/12. Okay? Remember, got to get a common denominator. Then you're going to have to multiply your denominators and your numerators by the same factor to get an equal fraction. Then you can just add or subtract the numerators. All right? There's one other thing. I just came from running at the track, so I'm going to give you a quick fractions problem. The first 3 people to email me with the correct answer will get a prize for tomorrow. So here's the problem. Okay, I was just running at the track. Each lap is 1/4 of a mile. Okay? I ran a half a mile, and then I stopped, and I ran 1 3/4 miles. Okay? My question to you is, how many total miles have I run? And if my goal is to run 3.5 miles total, then how many more miles do I have to run? All right? So get that bonus question figured out. And there's 2 questions that I've asked you. How many miles have I run so far? And how many more miles do I have to run if my goal is 3.5 miles today? Email me, right, with the correct answer. First 3 people will get a prize tomorrow. Colvin L. at pearlandisd.org. Colvin L. COLVINL at pearlandisd.org. Okay? Get me the bonus question answer. First 3, get a prize. See you tomorrow.